YouTube tripping. They
Mm-hmm.
are tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Tripping hard.
Okay, it's live. You're showing the sink.
Okay. So that was removed.
Show something other than our dirty dishes. Thank you.
Y'all ain't never seen no dirty dishes before? Okay.
Make sure your volume's up.
Volume's up. Not a lot of people have this channel.
I posted it in Discord.
Yeah, Scotty, apparently showing guns is prohibited for YouTube. It'll get you a strike. So we got to, what do we have to do for that?
I have no idea.
That's the first time we've seen that. But I've sat and watched YouTube videos all day long and watched people shoot guns, handle guns live, and never seen the channels come down. So we're just wondering why that is. Yay, George. Doom. Chrome. The guns, Chrome. The guns. They don't care if you're an enthusiast or a historian. They don't care about context in which you do your lives. They just rather shut it down. Yeah, she's reading up on that whole process. Yeah, but it's set up for no kids. Like we did everything right. I've watched many channels handle guns live and or shoot guns live. So maybe it was a box we didn't check off on the settings. Who knows? With YouTube, it's just so finicky. Chrome said, if not the guns, then the QSCs must have done it. She's deep into the reading process. I sharpened all those knives with that buffing wheel out there. All the shelving we did ourselves, of course. All that stone I did. Still got another wall to go. I wish I did build much of this house, Chrome. It would be done better. I built this island. She wanted an island, so I built her one. And I tend to build things heavy duty. These are all of the things she's been working on. All of her little, what do you call this stuff?
Resin.
Resin. Her resin jewelry. Yeah, she does it for Etsy too, Scotty. A creepy dog in the hallway over there.
He was eating his bone.
Oh, he's still creepy.
Right? He just lurks from
Just
the
lurks. Built this too. I built everything in here. Added handles on this. You could do so much with pipes. Got a bunch of antiques from garage sales. And then we did this too. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. It's one of the hardest woods in India. I forget the name, but this table was crazy expensive. We got that back in Wyoming like 8 years ago. That's the view out on the deck. One of these bottles is Scotty's for helping us with the album, and another bottle is for Cressy. Most of these, if not all of them, are very hard to find. Watch this be a YouTube strike too.
It's for educational purposes.
This is education, people.
Say educational purposes.
Educational purposes. So if you are going to drink, drink safely. Don't forget to tell your mom to hold your hand before you buy anything.
And the education behind bourbon
And
is very historical.
The education behind bourbon is very historical.
Okay, now carry on.
Okay, we're carrying on. But as you can see, this is an educational moment behind the history of Blanton's. If you're able to spell out the bottle or the Blanton, so Blanton's is Blantons. Each letter has a different horse. These bottles are extremely hard to find. And I'm missing the apostrophe S, which should be right there, but it's not. That search continues. Yo, Hans Volt, what's up? So, with that being said, this guy right here is the start of the race. So he's going into the gate. This is when the horse is released, making her way down the furlong. Each letter represents a horse's posture. Try to get in a little closer for you guys. And that's him celebrating. And then the apostrophe S, I believe the guy is doing the same thing slightly, but the horse is standing still. If I'm not, like, it's not looking like the horse is in action. So yeah, these are very hard to find bottles. What's even harder to find are these Eagle Rares. One of them is a 10-year. The historical fact behind Buffalo Trace is that these bottles were made with a great recipe, and they refused to let the recipe die. So it's very rare that you'll see store picks of Eagle Rare. And just to know anybody that has the Blanton's collection with all the horses that spell out Blanton's is pretty crazy in itself. I don't know if I'll ever open them. I might open them maybe. As it sits now, my Buffalo Trace collection is probably worth about 30 grand unopened. And that's just the Buffalo Trace. Like these little ones here, these Grenaders, these are little ones. These are even hard to find. This is probably my favorite bourbon of all time. Smoke Wagon, which bourbon is very educational with American history. Plenty of books on bourbon. This is more Buffalo, the historical factors of Buffalo Trace. Stag is a very hard bottle to find. This is a store pick, single barrel, very hard. This is a collectible too, Rock Hill Farms. That's Buffalo Trace. Obviously, Buffalo Trace, just their regular stuff. So the historic fact of Buffalo Trace, and they are currently underwater. They just had a flood down in Kentucky. These bottles are also a bit difficult to find because of their numbers that are associated with them. So that's the bourbon collection number 1. Let's take you to bourbon collection number 2. Every year the wife takes these bird's nests and she brings them in. I don't know why, but she does. Oh, yeah, one of them still has half an egg in there. These are little things I used to blacksmith back in the day. This used to be a railroad spike, and then I just turned it into like a little knife. Went caveman style on this. That's educational purposes. The history of blacksmithing, YouTube. The history of blacksmithing. That is a keychain. That's a blacksmith leaf. I don't know if you can make the detail out, but kinda. So I blacksmithed that some years ago. You hang jewelry right there. This is a horseshoe. When I was trying to practice perfect circles. And I'm not even going to open that, but that's his.
Or he asked, is your collection insured? And Crazy Rabbit said, Uncle, it's insured by what we saw in the garage.
These are all forged blacksmith tools. They're not weapons. These are all historical pieces in my eyes for educational purposes on how to blacksmith things.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab the stuff from the garage. I'll be right back.
Okay. Obsidian. Got that from near a volcano site.
Come on, Sarah, you want to go outside?
It was riddled with obsidian, so I'm thinking I might do some necklaces with that one day. Who knows? These lanterns right here, these were old 1800s. I couldn't give you the exact date, but these were on the railroads, and they had kerosene in them, which would make this bright red for the old railroad. That's a random bourbon in a decanter. I don't tell people when they come visit what's in there. I kind of give them a surprise attack. These are my brothers and sisters. Oh yeah, build that too. Spend most of my time building things. Okay, here's the collection. This room is still under construction, but here's the other collection. Yeah, I know I went a little crazy, but this has been done over many years. Probably got over 100 grand in bourbon. All the best picks from the distillers. Some of these bottles are open, some of them aren't. These 2 Four Roses are not open. You got to learn how to just be responsible. Do not drink and drive. Be responsible. A lot of these bourbons are unopened and very hard to find. And yes, some of them are insured because they're collection pieces. Almost everything you see is a collection piece. This bottle right here is very hard to find. And that is too a Buffalo Trace product. Drink responsibly, people. Don't drink and drive. That's how many bottles of wine were consumed to make this piece, which is a great art piece. And now she's collecting more. Yep, so that's about it. Or that's all she wants me to share, which is understandable. I love these light fixtures. These are cool. In here, the bar. Got some deer racks right there. Yeah, but I love these light fixtures. Those are pretty cool. Okay, so I guess she's going to read up on how she needs to contact YouTube and do another whatever she does to get us out of trouble. It seems like we're always in trouble, but we don't care. We do, but we don't. If we have to start another channel, we will, because ultimately we pay our own damn bills. We don't rely on anybody else to pay our bills for us. We think it's just that video, Chrome. They're just not going to air that video. And they'll probably say we need to contact somebody before they give us a strike. Here's some beads I make. If you guys are into beads, I'll make some beads for you. I'm highly into the beads. This is what sold the house for me. You ready? This is what, everything was all her, right? I was like, go ahead. Oh, here's where we press our t-shirts and sweaters and hats. But I said, this is the one reason that sold the house for me. You ready for this? That's right. Fucking urinal. The urinal did it. That's what made me pull the trigger with her. Fucking urinal. I mean, who doesn't love a urinal in the laundry room? Isn't that the most beautiful thing? like in the laundry room. Who does that?
All right, where are you at?
Right here. There's the beast from the east.
I'm gonna head into our bedroom and take a shower.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get up out of here. You want to say hi, bud? You want to say hi, bud?
Of course it does.
All right, everyone. She's gonna do her homework, and then hopefully we can go live from Samurai. She's gonna figure out why that video got the strike that it got. We're thinking it could be the firearms, but I've seen a lot of live videos with the shooting of firearms and whatnot. So we'll see. We're thinking worst case scenario, they're just going to take that video down and burn it, which is fine. It wasn't nothing much on it. I know the samurai just got in and he knows I'm a bourbon guy, so let me show him real quick so you don't have to go back and rewatch the video. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to rewatch that video. If you know what you're looking at, you know what you're looking at. If not, this wood right here we found, we had somebody curate it. And then this wood, this piece right here, we found this and we had someone curate it and make it look nice. Yep. Everything we do ourselves in here. The blacksmith can do anything. There's nothing the blacksmith can't do. Who you think made chains and spoons and forks and hooks and nails? And that's right, the blacksmith had to do it. I got to finish this stone work. I'm going to take it all the way around. This doorway is going to be a secret door down into the basement where we're going to put a little speakeasy and do all 1920 style. But I got this far. It took me some time to make sure all that was lined up straight and it came out right. I did the shelving here. You guys know I'm the shelving master now at this point. Let me see if this has batteries. Oh yeah, we got the batteries. Look at that. I don't pay anybody to do anything if I can do it myself. Yeah, so it took us a long time to get all this going. We're still not done because it's expensive. So it was literally going to take us a few years to get this house right. I'm just now getting back into the farrier business again, so we'll get the money flowing again and get back above the red somehow, some way. The day of the one income is far gone. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully the studio is done. We can finally sit back and relax. I still don't know how I got everything in here and the amount of time I did, but we did it. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Hit you up tomorrow.